Hello everyone, this is Jag. In this video, I'll be covering how to plant bulbs, especially bulbs like tulips and daffodils, which bloom in spring and they look absolutely gorgeous. I'm preparing my ground and I'm loosening up my soil, and I have lots of flowering bulbs right here which I'll be planting. So what I have here is about 50 daffodils, I have 50 tulips, I have 90 anemones, and then I also have some ranunculus as well. I also have this auger that hooks up to a drill to plant bulbs as well, and this comes in really handy. To loosen up my soil, I'm using this mini rototiller by Landworks. This rototiller has a 2-stroke engine with sharp tines. You can also choose how deep you want to till by adjusting the rear wheels. I'm also adding a lot of dead leaves to loosen up my soil and also add organic matter to my soil. This rototiller is really good for small gardens and raised beds. I'm loosening about 6 inches of my topsoil. The best time to plant bulbs in colder climate with zone 8 and lower is in fall. This way the bulbs will get enough chilling temperature over the winter. If you live in zone above 8, it is recommended to chill the bulbs in a refrigerator for 6 to 10 weeks and then plant the bulbs in January. Next, I'm raking the loose soil along with dead leaves to create a mound. Creating a mound provides loose soil and very good drainage for the bulbs. Bulbs should never sit in standing water because they will rot. I also add wood ash when planting bulbs. My soil is naturally acidic and wood ash helps to raise the pH level of the soil. Wood ash provides great source of calcium and potassium, which is much needed by plants. I sprinkle some wood ash on top of my flowering beds, and wood ash does amazing wonders for my plants. Bulbs like pH of between 6 and 7. My soil is 5.5, so adding wood ash for me is perfect. If your soil is too alkaline, you can add sulfur to lower the pH level of your soil. Next, I'm adding a lot of aged compost to my flower bed. Compost provides much needed organic matter to the soil, which bulbs absolutely love. I'm mixing the compost, wood ash, dead leaves and the soil all together really well. Next, I'm using the auger and the drill to dig holes for the bulbs. You can also use a bulb planter to dig holes to plant the bulbs. I have daffodil bulbs here and they have a pointy end and the root end. The pointy and the root. You want to plant the pointy end up and the root end down. There goes the first bulb, the root end down and the pointy end up. Bulbs look the best when planted in clusters. I have some tulip bulbs here and the process is the same. Pointy end up and the root end down. There goes tulip bulbs right in the ground, and after planting, I'm covering them up. Plant bulbs as deep as 3 times the height of the bulb. Big bulbs are planted about 6 to 8 inches deep and the small bulbs 2 to 5 inches deep. So this patch has been planted. There's a lot of organic matter in this patch. There's a lot of dead leaves, compost, and a lot of mulch in there, which is going to decompose and provide nutrients to the bulbs over the period of summer as well. But it's all going to bloom in spring and it's going to look absolutely amazing. But there's one last step left. And that step is watering. You know, every life form needs water to survive. You can have life without the sun, but you cannot have life without the water. Think about all the creatures that live in the caves and underground, and also all the creatures that live under deep sea. They can survive without the sun, but not without the water. I watered this patch really well. You want to provide a lot of water in the beginning and then cut off on the water if you are getting a lot of rain. If you're not getting rain, you can water the bulbs every week or so, or maybe once in 2 weeks, depending on how much moisture is in your soil. But one thing, always plant the bulbs in a very well-drained area, because if the water sits in between the bulbs, or if the bulbs are sitting in between the waters, that's what I wanted to say, the bulbs will rot. So now to have a beautiful flower garden in the spring, add a lot of organic matter, plant bulbs in a very well-drained soil, and you'll have a beautiful garden. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in another video.